What is up, everyone? It's Matt with the IDP Guys here to tell you my top 5 takeaways from Week 9 of the NFL season. Before we get to those takeaways, be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss a single thing me or any of my coworkers put out the rest of this year to help you win your league. With that being said, let's get to those takeaways. Takeaway number 1, we're starting to get some clarity about what's left over in the linebacker situation in Chicago now that Roquan Smith is gone. What I'd like to highlight is Jack Sanborn. He played 88% of defensive snaps, he ended up with 7 combined tackles. That's more than enough to be IDP irrelevant. Nicholas Morrow still got 100% of defensive snaps, so he's not irrelevant by any stretch, but Roquan Smith really opened the door for preseason darling Jack Sanborn, and I think he's going to be relevant the rest of this year. So if he's available and you're looking for someone that can put up, 6 or 7 tackles consistently, you should go out and get Jack Sanborn. Takeaway number 2 in Washington, Kamren Curl finally put it all together and had the type of game you've been expecting from him for quite some time. He played 100% of defensive snaps like he normally does. In this game, he had 11 combined tackles, 2 of which were for a loss. We've talked at length about where the Commanders use him on defense. I was sort of always put in a position to have this big explosive sort of tackle game. Hasn't really transpired thus far to this point in the year, but it's finally happened. So hopefully you've trusted us, you've continued to start him. His floor is really solid, so it's not like you're going to be disappointed by rolling Kamren Curl out there, but games like this should be happening more and more frequently based on where he's being used, so continue to start him with confidence. Takeaway number 3, Sauce Gardner in New York is not only having a great rookie NFL season, but he's having a great rookie IDP season. He played 100% of defensive snaps like he normally does. He had 7 combined tackles, 1 pass defended, and a nice interception in this game. That's now his 2nd interception on the year. We talk at length about cornerbacks and how hard they are to predict from a consistency standpoint, as well as shutdown corners don't really put up IDP relevant stats very often, and we thought Sauce Gardner might have been that going into the year. Here's what we've seen so far, though. He's averaging 4 tackles or so, which is a decent floor from a cornerback perspective, and in all but 1 game, he has at least 1 pass defended on the year. So if you're in a league that rewards points for passes defended, Gardner is putting up those consistent points to be more than just a streamer. You can roll him out there with confidence in cornerback required leagues. So do so. Takeaway number 4 in Buffalo, Damar Hamlin had one heck of a game. He played 100% of the defensive snaps, which is always important, had 12 combined tackles and a sack. Sure, he benefited with Jordan Poyer being out, sort of more opportunities for him to be putting up those plays, but if you look at his stats, he's actually been putting up pretty relevant IDP stats all year, even when Poyer is healthy. So if Poyer continues to be out, Hamlin is sort of a must start. Go get him, start him with confidence. But even when Poyer is back, you can do worse for a bye week fill-in than Damar Hamlin. So go out and get him accordingly. And finally, takeaway number 5. Blake Martinez is finally back. Sure, it took a really early injury to Divine Diablo for it to happen, but here we go. Martinez played 91% of the defensive snaps played. He had 11 combined tackles. As long as Diablo is out, Martinez can be sort of plugged right in. Denzel Perriman had similar playing time as what he would normally have when all 3 linebackers were healthy. So clearly the Raiders see Martinez as a fill-in for Diablo. So if Diablo continues to be out, you can finally go plug and play Martinez and live like it's a couple years ago again. So there you have it. Those are my top 5 takeaways from an IDP perspective from Week 9 of the NFL season. Like I said before, my name is Matt. I work for the IDP Guys, and I will see you next week.